Hello guys, welcome back. In this very video, I'm going to unbox my new digital clamp meter and also explain all the features that we have on this meter. So what you have to do is to stay tuned as I unbox the meter and also explain all the features that we have on it. It comes from the brand Uni-T. This is actually how the meter looks like. This is a clamp meter. Actually, this is a digital clamp meter. We have a battery in here. Okay, these are the probes or the leads. This is the red and this is the black, positive and negative. Let's see what you have in here. Okay, this is actually the instruction manual. Okay, it's going to guide you on how to use this digital clamp meter. Let's put it aside for now. Let's also see what we have here. Okay guys, so that's all. Now you also have this probes in here. Okay, let me insert the battery first. We are going to find out what we use these probes for. We have the battery section at the back here. So what I have to do is to use my star screwdriver to open it. Well, this is very big. Let me use the electric tester to do it. Okay. So what I will do now is to insert the batteries. Oh, okay, it is working. Let me off it and close it. That is actually how to insert the batteries. Let me open it and insert it again to have a clear view. Now, if you pay attention to this, you're going to see that this terminal we have here is bigger than this. And over here, this one is bigger than this one. So if you look clearly, you're going to see the positive and negative indications here and also how these terminals are. If you don't look at it very well, you might think that these terminals are the same, but technically they are not the same, positive and negative terminals. This is the battery. What I have to do is to look at the terminals. You can also look at the indications you have here, the positive and the negative. The positive to this side and negative to this side. So what I have to do is to insert it this way. Here's the negative. Okay. And over here, this side is the negative. Go like this. Okay. Cover it. Let's see if okay. So guys, that is that. We're going to be talking about this type of probe and also this one. This is the selector knob. We have it on the off section. The meter is off. That is actually the position. We want to turn the meter off. Here is where you're supposed to tune this selector to. And one thing about this type of meter is that when I select any measurement, let's say I tune it to voltage, and I'm not using it to display, you see here, it's going to be on for 15 good minutes before it will go off automatically. When it is on for 15 minutes, you're not using it for good 15 minutes, it's going to go off automatically. Okay, now the first measurement we have here is voltage, and also have this symbol here. Let me write it. You have V here, and also you have this sine wave. And down here, you are going to be seeing something like this. Okay. Now, this symbol you are seeing is actually talking about DC voltage and AC voltage. This symbol you see here is the sine wave. And down here is DC. Meaning this section is talking about AC voltage and DC voltage. Now what I will do is to tune the knob to that section. Over here you are seeing AC, meaning this display you have here is at AC section. You're also going to be seeing the V at the top here, V, and here AC. Now if I want to measure DC voltage, what I have to do is to push this select here, is to push this button. You can see that has changed to DC. And this DC you see here, we use this section to measure batteries and also conversion from AC to DC. So anything that is being converted from AC to DC, you can use this section to check it, that voltage. You can use this section. And the AC, I push it. That is the live and neutral. Also the line 1, line 2, and line 3. You can use this section to check the voltage of those phases. If you have this is line 1, line 2, line 3, L1, L2, L3. If I want to measure the voltage between these two phases, that is line 1 and line 2, what I have to do is to use these probes. This is the red and the black probes. You can also call it leads. Okay, this is actually the new probes. We have these protections here, so what I have to do is to remove it. Okay, this is how it looks like. And remove the black one too. Okay, we have common here, and this side is the live. So what I have to do is to insert the black to this port and the red to this port. Okay, now I want to measure the voltage between these phases, that is line 1 and line 2. What I have to do is to select AC. We have two symbols. This is the voltage referring to the AC voltage and the DC, a very big one. I want to measure the voltage between these phases, that is line 1, line 2, line 3. That is the AC. So what I have to do is to push the select. Already I've pushed it. We have AC at this section. So what I have to do is to use the probes to measure the voltage between the L1 and the L2. Something like this. And it's going to give me the voltage between these two phases. This is live, line 1 and line 2. Or even the line 2 and line 3. This is how to do it in that order. And also if you have the neutral at this side, This is the neutral. We can measure from line 1 and the neutral. The neutral is going to give us 230 or even 240 volts. If you check from line 1 and the neutral, 230. Line 2 and neutral, 230. Line 3 and neutral, 230. Or even 240. It is the same thing. Or 220. It is the same live and neutral. You can also check from phase to phase. That is how to check for the voltage. And also the DC, it is the same principle. Luckily, I have a DC battery here. So what I will do is to check it. I have this battery. There is still some voltage. Okay, but it's supposed to be 4, but we are having 3. What I have to do is to check the voltage in the battery. This is a DC. Okay, these are the DC section. Positive here and the negative here. So what I have to do is to bring the positive to this side and the negative to this side. Okay. If your hands are shaking, you are not going to have the right voltage as it was doing. So right now I'm having a steady hands. So we are having 18.55 volts DC. You can also check it from the side here. This is 18 volts. And you are having 18.55, so it is normal. But it is okay to have that. So guys, that is how to check for the DC voltage. Okay guys, so that is that for the AC volts and the DC volt. So if you are having more than one symbol, what you have to do is to push this select, and it's going to switch from measurement to measurement. You are having AC here, you're having this. So guys, that is that. What you will do next is to move to this side. What you have to do is to move it like this. Okay. Now over here we are having 4 good symbols. We are done with this part. That is the AC volt and the DC volt. Now we have this symbol. This is one symbol. And over here we have this symbol. Okay. And down here we have this. And this side we have this. Okay. Now we have these 4 symbols here. The first one is diode. This is the symbol of a diode. That is one. We have this one as ohm symbol. This is actually ohm or ohms. You can say it that way. We have this symbol here as a capacitor. Now this symbol, let me redraw it. This is how it looks like on the meter. This is a polarized capacitor. This is actually a symbol for a capacitor, but this is a polarized capacitor. I can also draw it this way. Really, the circle is not part of the symbol. It's like this. This is a capacitor, but if I draw it this way, this is a polarized capacitor, and this is non-polarized, having this at the side. That is polarized and this is non-polarized, but all the same, this is a capacitor measurement. You use it to measure a capacitance within a capacitor. That is that. And over here is a continuity symbol, the one that normally beep, ping, 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 ping. That is the symbol for that. If you are told to check a continuity of a cable or whatever, this is actually the symbol of a continuity. So we have 4 symbols. So what we do is to move from symbol to symbol. And we are going to do that with the help of this select button we have here. So right now, if you look closely, we are going to see that we have the continuity at this side. That is the symbol we have here. We have it at this side. Now, if I do something like this, it's going to beep. That is continuity. We use to check whether there is a break in the cable or not. So if I have a cable here and I check from end to end and it beeps, it means that there is no breakage in the cable. When you touch from end to end and it beeps, there is no breakage. Okay, I have this cable here. So what I will do is to check from end to end. Okay, let me use this knife to peel this side and check it well. Okay, so we have this cable. I will do is to coil it around the, we have this side. Okay, so right now it is beeping, telling me that there is no breakage. If there is a breakage, it is not going to beep. Have to have a steady hands for it to beep. Okay, 0.7 ohms. Okay, it is okay. We can also use this symbol we have here to check for continuity. That is the ohm symbol we have here. It is the same thing. Okay, let me push the select. Okay, we have the ohm symbol. This is mega ohm. You have auto at the down here representing auto range. So if what I'm actually checking is in mega ohm or kilo ohm, the auto here is going to select that for me, or it is going to do that for me. Either it is in mega or it is in kilo. The auto here is going to detect it and then bring the right reading. That is that. So what I have to do is to also use the ohm symbol that we have here to check for continuity. It is not going to beep, but it is going to read to somewhere. How to have a steady hands for you to check it very well. If you're not having a steady hands, you're going to have a wrong reading. We are having 0.0 ohm. It means that there is no breakage in this cable. So if I connect this to a live terminal, there's going to be a flow of current, or the current is going to flow from here to this end. That is what the meter is saying right now. So guys, that is that. Let's move to this symbol. This is hertz. Have it here. That is the frequency. If you want to check the frequency, you have to tune it to frequency. We have HZ at the top here. We have O2 at the down here. This is to check the frequency. If you want to check for the frequency, you insert it to the live and the neutral, or to the phases, and it is going to read for you. Over here we have F, and also we have something on this side, C. This is temperature measurement, for measuring temperature, either in Fahrenheit or Celsius. And that is when you have to use this type of probe. This probe, that is when you have to use this. Okay. And what I have to do is to remove this and then use this side. Actually, I don't have a hot water here. I would have dipped the end here to the water, and it is going to read for me. This is for temperature. If you have a hot water or any other thing that is readable, we can actually touch it with it and it's going to read. Okay guys, so that is that for the temperature measurement. We use this side for measuring temperature. Okay, let me remove it. And the top here, that is for measuring current. Okay, we have 60 amps. We also have this symbol here, the sine wave, and also a line. Now this straight line, this is DC. If I apply this dash to it, it's also the same DC. And over here we have 60. We have the sine wave, and down here we have this. Meaning you can use this side to measure AC current and DC current. And clearly you see that we have DC at this side. These are the DC section. When I push the select, it is going to switch from the DC to AC, and we have the AC at this side. Let me turn on the lights. Okay. You can see that we have AC at this side. When I push it, we have the DC for AC and DC measurements. And with the measurement, you can use this. It's going to work. If you have a cable, something like this, if I connect this cable to a live terminal, and from here to the load, either a lamp or any other load, and I want to check the current flowing through this cable, what I have to do is to select this side and then open it like this. And it is going to read the amount of current flowing through this cable, either DC or AC. For batteries and also AC conversion from AC to DC, you use this section to do that, to measure the current. If I want to measure AC, push this, and then that is that. You are good to go. So guys, that is how to measure AC current and also DC current. Just put it at the right section and then open it. It's going to read the amount of current your load is drawing. Make sure to connect it to a load, a lamp or any other load. If you don't connect it to anything, or the cable is not connected to anything, it's not going to read the amount of current flowing through the cable. But if you have it connected to something and the load is drawing current, it's going to read it for you. And make sure that the current you are going to measure is less or equal to 60. That is how to measure the AC current. You have 60 here. If it is more than 60 and you use this section to measure that current, you are not going to have any reading. So make sure it is either less or equal to 60 before the display we have here is going to read that current for you. We have 600 amps here. So if you are unsure whether it is more than 60 or it is less than 60, just select this section. We have 600 amps AC. Now this line here, the same as the 60 amps, but this is more than 60. You have 600 and this side is 60, and you cannot tell whether it is more than 60. What you have to do is to select the 600 and then you measure your current. If it is less than 60, it's going to measure it for you. If it is more than that, it's also going to measure that for you. We have AC at this side. Turn on the lights. AC, if you want to measure for DC, have it at this side. This is the DC. You have capital A at the top here, meaning you are measuring current. We have maximum and minimum. And finally, we have the NCV. Now this maximum and minimum, it also applies to the voltage. If the voltage can read up to, let's say, 240 volts, when you push the max, when you push the max, it's going to give you, let's say, up to 240 volts. That is the maximum. And the minimum, if it can, let's say, the voltage can go down up to, let's say, 220 volts. When you push, it's going to read that for you. It's going to tell you that it can go down to, let's say, 220 and also rise to 240. That is what the maximum and the minimum we have here. That is what the button actually does. And finally, we have the NCV. This is non-contact volts or voltage. This is non-contact voltage. You can also say no contact voltage. It is the same thing. Now, when you select this NCV, you could also see that you have live at this side. In simple terms, it detects the current flowing through a conductor. If I connect this cable to a live terminal and select this NCV and do something like this, it is going to tell me that there's a current flowing through this cable or this conductor. That is what it does. For only live conductors, you can just bring it very close to it and it is going to beep. You'll be seeing a red indicator at the side, telling you that there's a current in the cable. So guys, that is that. If you find this video helpful, consider subscribing to this channel and turn on the notification bell so that anytime I drop a video, YouTube is going to notify you. And don't forget that this proofs you are seeing here is for temperature measurement, either in Fahrenheit or Celsius. So guys, that is that. Bye bye.